So I'm back to talk about the pumpkin project one more time. The main reason that I wanted to do this one last video is because I've changed my mind about how I expect you guys to turn it in. So, I want everything put on Google Classroom. I know that I said that you could email it to me, and those of you who've already emailed me their face, that was fine for that assignment, but for the final assignment, I expect the face to be added to this portion of the Google Classroom, okay? So all you're going to do is, first of all, you'll have to find the camera on your device. I searched until I found camera. I know yours is going to be different than mine, but I found the camera. Ooh, it's going to show a picture of me, and I'm a hot mess right now. Um, but my camera came up, maybe not, because I've got this camera on right now. So my other, anyway, I took a picture. Oh, there it is. See? Yay, there I am. I've been outside working, so that's why I look so good. Anyway, I literally held my picture up, took a picture of it, went and found it in my file. Okay, and then when I come over here, I went to add. I'm going to add a file, and now I got to go find it. So, I'm just, you know what, since I'm going to do it that way, I know where it is because I went and found it. So, it's in my picture file, and I think it's way down here at the bottom. Yes. So I'm just going to take this over here. I'm just going to drag and drop. So I took a picture of the face. Okay. I want to add another thing, and I'm going to, before I go any further and continue to add the other thing, I want to talk to you about, let's go look right here at this face. So I have several options here. This is option number one. Option number one was for you to print this piece of paper off and add your face. Okay. If you had option number one, that was great. That's all you had to do, draw it, take a picture of it, and then upload it. If you didn't have a printer, then I said, that's okay, grab a piece of graph paper. But when you grab this graph paper and you graph each one of these points right here, I expect you to graph them correctly. So this next point right there I just graphed was 7, 1. So the next one was at the point 6, -4. So I would need you to graph it at 6, -4, and then connect those points. So you would need to do the entire outline and then be sure to add your face, but don't forget to number the lines. Just notice I numbered the lines on my face. You've got to number these lines here and number the lines on your face, okay? If you don't have a piece of graph paper, then you could always go to a piece of notebook paper, but notice here I added the ordered pairs because what you're going to have to do is you are going to have to write equations here in a minute. And the equation for this line right here, you're going to need to know where your x values are, like I showed you in the other video. And this point right here is, this one is 0, 11. And you're going to need to see that this point is 0 and this point was 1. You're not on a piece of graph paper, so you can't really tell. That's why I'm having you write down the ordered pairs. Okay, and then you're going to write the equation for line number 3, and then write the equation for line number 4. Again, if you don't have this printed out, then I expect you to just go line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, and you would write the equations on a piece of notebook paper. Okay, you don't have to have a printer to do this, but you'd write the equation. I put this one in slope-intercept form because I could look at it and see the slope. The slope was -1. I could look at it and see the y-intercept. So -1x, the y-intercept was 1, and it was only between 0 and 1. Okay, so anyway, and then of course the last case scenario is just something solid to write on. You would need to draw your own x and y axis, make your own scale. You'd probably want to put the ordered pairs here. Be sure you number all the lines and so forth. So when I get it, It should be something like this, whether it was on that printed piece of paper or not. Okay, this is what I should see. My outline, your face, and this face should be unique. If I see two people with the same face, the second person who gives me the face like the other person is going to have to redo it. So your faces should not be the same. All right, so that's the first thing that goes in there is the face. Then after you get all of your equations written, and all of the equations, this is not my paper right here is not showing you all of my equations because one, I don't want to write them and you be able to copy it. But all of these equations, so how many? Mine would have 29. So I would have 29 equations. Once you get all 29 equations and the restrictions written, you take a picture of that and you add a file. And I've got a picture of mine right here. So I'm going to drag and drop. Okay, there's my picture. I thought I did. Drag and drop. Okay, let's try that again. Oh my goodness. Calm down. Maybe I've clicked too many things. Okay, I'm gonna drag and drop. There we go. Okay, so now I've got the face entered, I've got the equations entered, and now the last thing for me to do is go to Desmos and start putting in the equations. Now, here's another thing. I've got some people who are turning in and they've gone through here and they've put in the ordered pairs. They've made a dot at 11, at 0, 11. You don't have to have a dot there. I don't need that dot there. I don't want that dot there. So take that dot off because on slide number 1, I want what is written on your paper right here, your equation number 1, I want that to be what's on this one right here. So equation number 1, equation number 2, and then notice I've got equation number, it should be on number 16. So so this line right here, that line right there, that's on equation number 16. I wanted to show you this one. It's a vertical line, and when you do a vertical line, of course, it's x equals. So the vertical line is at x equals 1. The restriction is going to be on the range. So you be sure you put your y right there, and that's how you get it. And by the way, that vertical line is this one right here. See my line number 16? It's a vertical line. It starts at the y value of 3 and it stops at the y value of 6. That's how I knew 3 to 6. Okay, so the equations that are on the paper that you take a picture of and turn in should match the line number over here of the equations that you are going to enter on Desmos to get the pumpkin drawn. I do not need the ordered pairs, the endpoints, the dots. I don't need those. Once you're ready, you click share the graph. Once you're finished with it, you copy that, and then you go back to the Google Classroom, you add, and this time you do link, and you paste the link in there, and now you've got 3 things in there, and you turn it in. That thing, that thing, that thing. So that's what everybody should do. Okay? Let me see if I can stop the video. If you have any questions, let me know. When's it due? Next Friday. You've got 6 days left.